Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh and in today's video we will be discussing about monsoon and food inflation. So whenever there is the monsoon season going on, something or the other happens and we need to talk about the topic of food inflation. So the word food inflation, first of all, inflation, what is the meaning of inflation? Inflation means increase of prices. So food inflation means increase of prices of food. So the basic food which we get, what is happening with their prices and how monsoon is related to increase or decrease of their prices. So about the timeline, first we will be talking about the news, then the types of crops, Rabi crop, Kharif crop, Jaiz crops, then the impact on sowing, what is the El Nino effect, which is El Nino effect going to impact it, about its implications, relief, in the end prelims MCQ and means practice question. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 3, that is agriculture. From exam perspective, you should be able to know the types of crops, and it has been asked about the types of crop in prelims around 2 to 3 times. So you need to see the PYQs also. The news has been taken from Indian Express and it says monsoon and food inflation a status check. Inflation, first important point, second is monsoon. How monsoon is going to affect the prices of the food in the market. So recently what has happened is that first if we talk about this year's monsoon, then till the time June was not getting over, it was seen that the monsoon was on the deficient side. But if we talk about the end of June and the month of July, then July has seen a very heavy precipitation or a very heavy rainfall in majority of the parts of the India, be it especially in the northern states of India. So till the time of June there was deficient rainfall, and now when the July is about to get over, we are able to see a excess of rainfall because July has seen a very heavy rainfall. So July turnaround in rainfall has enabled a smart pickup in Kharif plantings including of rice, and the threat from a strengthening El Nino whose impact could extend to the Rabi crop remains. So what is happening is that we will be talking about the types of crop. You need to know that there are Rabi crops and Kharif crops. So what happens is there is a sowing period and a harvest period of both. So the sowing period depends a lot on the monsoon session, and we will be discussing about the sowing period and the harvest period of both. So what is happening is that now if the sowing period lies in the time of monsoon session, so if there is excess of monsoon or excess of rain takes place, then what impact can it have on the crops? And also this year the point of the El Nino year is responsible for suppressing the rainfall in India. So how the El Nino year is going to impact the crops. So what has happened is the July month has seen a turnaround when it comes to the rainfall, because there was excess rainfall, and rainfall for the country was 52.6% below the normal during the first 2 weeks of June. But with 10.1% cumulative deficiency even at the end of June, the current month so far has recorded 15.7% above normal rainfall. That becomes 6% surplus for June to July month. It means in the starting there was deficit, but at the end of July there is excess rainfall. Now let's talk about the types of crops, because knowing about the sowing and the harvesting season would help you understand that how actually the monsoon affects the crops. First about the Rabi crops. So Rabi crops needs a warm climate. So Rabi crops, the sowing area or the sowing time period is the retreating monsoon, that is around the time period of September-October. So they are sown at the time of September-October and they are harvested during the warm climate of April and May months. So Rabi crop sown period is, you can say, winters, that is September-October, and the harvest period is summer, that is April and May. Examples of rabi crops are wheat, gram, peas, barley, etc. And then if we talk about the kharif crops, and this is the time period of kharif crops. So kharif crops, the sowing time is usually summer, that is May to June, while the harvest period is monsoon rain, that is around October time period. And the examples are rice, maize, pulses, so etc. So this is the time period of kharif crops, that the kharif crops are sown during the time of May and June. So this is the time period where the kharif crops have sown, and this July rain would affect this kharif crops. That means majorly rice, pulses, maize, these crops would be affected. And then there is zaid crops also, which is sown and harvested between the rabi and the kharif crops, that is around March to July. And examples are seasonal fruits, vegetable, fodder crops. So majorly you need to know about the rabi and kharif. So this is the season of kharif crops because they have just now been sown. So first of all, let's talk about few of the things that in present time we are hearing, and especially about the prices of few of the vegetables. And if we talk about, let's look at the prices of tomato, which is at present is like soaring at a very high prices. It is 100 plus kg is what tomatoes are costing at present. So if we will look at the retail prices of vegetable, if we will compare July 2022 to July 2023, then the prices of tomato have soared high from 25 to 124. This is tomato. Then we also talk about garlic, then it is from 107 to 219. So it has also become very high. Ginger from 86 to 330. Then coriander from 147 to 210. While all others are almost same, or you can say that inflation takes place every year, so inflated prices are there, but that is like kind of normal. Like for example, onion, potato, carrot, cucumber, beans, spinach, capsicum, so these are pretty fine. But if we talk about tomato, garlic, ginger, coriander, so the prices of these items, they have soared to another level. They have almost become double if we will compare July 22 with July 2023. And then if we will talk about the area sown under kharif crops as on July 28, that is 2023. So if we will talk about rice, then as compared to 2022, then it is almost same. Maize is almost same. And then if we will talk about pulses, which is also a kharif crop, then pulses has declined from 109.15 to 96.84. So if we will talk about overall in rice, maize, bajra, jowar, ragi, pulses, then pulses is something which has been on a decline. But it is not that the pulses would create a problem, because many pulses is something which we import also, and we are importing on a very high grounds. So this was about few of the data. If we will compare point to point scenario from July 2022 to 2023, then let's talk about the impact on sowing of monsoon. Then monsoon's turnaround has led to a surge in kharif crop plantings, because farmers were thinking that okay fine, nice rainfall is taking place, so there was a surge in the kharif crop plantings, because we just now saw that the sowing time of kharif is around June. Then including the area under rice, which is a major kharif crop, that was lagging behind last year's levels till mid-July. So the rice has also been sown on a very good level. Bulk of kharif sowings happen from June to August. Then August-September rain matters for yields of the crops which are already sown. So the rain which is taking place in July, it will actually matter the most to the crops which have already been sown, because the kharif crops have already been sown in June and starting of the July or till end of the July, because we are starting with August now. So in June, July month, what the crops have been sown, they will be mostly affected by the excess precipitation which is taking place. And the same rain helps fill up reservoirs and ponds and recharge groundwater tables, which provide moisture for the subsequent Rabi, winter, spring crops. So the excess rainfall which is taking place at present, and that rainfall, the water would be preserved in the reservoirs. This water would play a good role when the sowing time of the Rabi crops would take place. That happens in the winter session. For now, the monsoon and Kharif sowings have both been good till now, because the deficient rainfall which we were going through till June now has been compensated by the precipitation in July, and the excess precipitation that has taken place, the water would be collected in the reservoirs and would be used for the Rabi crops when the sowing for the Rabi crops would take place in the coming time, that is in the winter session. Now let us talk about the El Nino caution that the majority of the environmentalists are saying that the El Nino year, that 2023 is an El Nino year. Even though the heavy precipitation has happened in July, but in the coming time, the year would face El Nino, and El Nino year, the impact of El Nino in India is that the rainfall will not be good. The suppression of rainfall will take place. That is, what is El Nino? So El Nino is abnormal warming of the Pacific Ocean to the coast of Ecuador and Peru. And Ecuador and Peru are the South American countries. And the impact on India is of suppressed rainfall. It means deficient rainfall, less rainfall takes place. So if we will talk about the month of June, then in the month of June, the Oceanic Nino Index, and the Oceanic Nino Index, what does it do? It measures the average sea surface temperature deviation from the normal in the East Central Equatorial Pacific region. So in the Pacific region, what does it measure? It measures the sea surface temperature deviation, the deviation which takes place from the normal. So what has it observed is that it has given the measurement of that it touched 0.8 degrees Celsius, which is above the El Nino threshold of 0.5 degrees. So according to the Oceanic Nino Index, the threshold for the El Nino year is 0.5 degrees, but the 0.5 degree threshold has been shattered, and the present temperature touched 0.8 degree Celsius. It means that the El Nino year has already arrived, and it is strengthening, and it has been said that in the coming time, till the time of winters, this year winters reaches, that is around November and December, the El Nino will even cross the 1 degree Celsius temperature, while the threshold is 0.5 degrees. Then global weather agencies are forecasting El Nino to strengthen through the 2023-24 winters. So strengthening of El Nino is what has been predicted by the agencies all over. Then what can be the implications of the strengthening of El Nino? It can be that if the El Nino year would come, then in the coming times, in the coming year, the El Nino effect will increase. It means that rainfall would be suppressed. The less rainfall will take place in the rest of the year. So the 71.1 metric ton as on July 1, rice and wheat stocks in government godowns were lowest in 5 years. So as of now, in the last 5 years, we are seeing that the rice and wheat stocks have been on the lowest level in the last 5 years. So if the El Nino year, in the rest of the year, if El Nino condition prevails, then this can be a point where the government needs to look that the proper procurement of rice and wheat needs to take place. And reports of Punjab and Haryana farmers to undertake paddy retransplanting. Retransplanting means again the transplanting of paddy, and paddy needs to take place, And the problem was that when the excess precipitation took place in the month of July, especially in the northern areas or the hilly tracts of northern areas, there was excess flow of water taking place, and there was also water being released from the dams and barrages. So many places the crops have been destroyed. Then around 12.7% year-on-year retail cereal inflation has also been seen in June. So the retail inflation is also on its way. Then May 2020 till now banned export of wheat and all non-parboiled, non-basmati rice. So what has happened is, since the time of 2020, the government has banned the export. It means the government has banned moving out of the wheat and the non-basmati rice. It means the export of wheat and non-basmati rice is not taking place from our country, so that the wheat and rice remains in our country and fulfills the need of the people. Then the same has been done with sugar also. Then among pulses, arhar has registered the highest acreage dip. So if we talk about the pulses whose sown area has already been less this year, the arhar we popularly call it arhar ki dal. So the arhar pulses has seen the highest acreage dip. Acreage dip means the land which has been used for the sowing of the pulses. This was about the implications that what if the El Nino year would persist, then what negatives we can see and where we need to work upon. Then if we talk about the relief measures, then there is ample stock of moong dal, that is green gram, in our country. Then the chana stocks is also very high in our country, and the import of masoor dal is also very high in our country. So if the arhar dal is not performing well, then the import of masoor dal and the moong dal and the chana stocks, or we call chickpea, is very high. So these elements will not let inflation take place very high. Then edible oil inflation is also under control. The edible oil prices got very high after the Russia-Ukraine war because of the disruption of the infrastructure or supply chain, but now the edible oil prices are in control. And the butter prices have also crashed down, and the milk prices have also crashed down. In the starting of the year, we saw that the milk and the butter prices were rising very high, but now they are also in control. So this is a relief measure, or I would say a relief point for us. So overall, the situation in our country as of now is in control, but if there are implications of the monsoon or the El Nino point, then there are relief measures also in our country, but the point of wheat and rice needs to be taken care of. Then in the end of prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. And this is a 2013 PYQ. Consider the following crops: cotton, groundnut, rice, wheat. Which of these are kharif crops? Among four, which all are kharif crops? 1 and 4, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, 2, 3 and 4. So these kind of questions are being asked. Now mains practice question: what are different types of crops? How bad rainfall affects inflation in an economy? And you have to write it in 150 words. So different type of crops you have to write about: Rabi, Kharif and Zaid crops, about their sowing area, harvesting time period, and then few of the examples. And then you have to write that how bad rainfall affects inflation. Then how inflation gets impacted by the rainfall, about their positives and negatives, and in the end about the conclusion. So try to do your answer writing practice, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.